I don't know anything about anything. Hello and welcome to my intervention. Let me start by explaining the situation. So I'm making an intervention for a course that I'm doing called The City as Stage, Interventions in Public Space. I'm sure that I'm not the only one going through strange and troubling times these days. So welcome to the party, everybody. If you haven't been able to get up for days, I feel ya. I still have, as you can see. I am, in fact, vertical at the moment. That's an improvement. I will soon be horizontal during the night hours, and then I will be vertical again. Humaning, isn't it the best? So I have a few things to talk about. Let me set the stage. So deconstructing the idea of an intervention, right? Because I do need to connect this to some theory. And I do apologize. This will be quite tongue-in-cheek because I have 3 brain cells, and all of the ones that are in charge of monitoring what comes out of my mouth have gone on vacation. Wouldn't we all like to do that? Right. So hello, 'tis me. I am a mess. TM. Here's my story. If you would like to also share your story, please feel free in the comments section. I shall now deconstruct the intervention, as I have said I will do multiple times. I turned the page away from something that I wanted to talk to you about. There are people walking outside my ground floor apartment. Apartment? I live on campus. I don't have an apartment. I have a room. The concept of an intervention. I have done readings for this, but I have no idea what they said anymore because I can't think. Here's what I think an intervention could be. 4 points. The first one, you must have a target audience. The second one, you must have a chosen tone and medium. The third one is an action in public space. The extent to which that needs to be direct is obviously up for debate. And the fourth one would be some sort of result or reaction from the public. Okay, saying a thing on a video, which is my form and message. Tone and message, what did I call it? And I also have posted it online, which is an action in public space. I've thought about my target audience, which is you, my dear viewers, who I don't have many of. Hi Mom, probably, and Julie, and maybe some other people. I'm sorry if I'm not saying your name, but everybody's busy. Who has time to watch me read for a school project? So yeah. What was the fourth one? Result. Right. If you guys want to tell me about your life, I'm always open to hearing about that. So, I'm going to start with my life. Probably most of you already know who I am. But in case you don't know what's been going on with me in the last few months, here is a violently fast rundown of all of the things that have happened. Hello, I am coming at you from another corner of my room. I'm holding my buddy here. The explanation for why I'm holding him will be on the screen because I don't have time to explain the whole sordid story. It will flash, and then you can pause the video and read it if you want. Now, welcome back. I didn't really plan much for this part because I've said a lot on the screen of things that have happened recently. And I've been quite tongue-in-cheek up until this point, mostly because my camera battery was full when I started this, and then as soon as I finished the first video, it showed as red, so thanks for that, computer battery. It may die at any moment. I just wanted to take a little moment to be frank and sincere and say that with everything that has been happening right now, in particular Corona and the Black Lives Matter movements in the US and across the world, in that climate, I found it very hard to think about what I should do for an intervention, because if I talk about Black Lives Matter, I'm talking about something that I feel very passionate about, and I have things to say about it, even though I am not a person of color. Racism still affects my life. That's not a surprise to me, but I am renewed with energy to make a difference about how it impacts other people's lives in a negative way, and part of that is shedding light on how it affects my life in a positive way for me that means that others are disenfranchised. But anyway, what I really wanted to say is that, so I'd love to talk about that, but then I'd be doing it for a school project. So that feels gross. But on the other hand, I still have to do the project, otherwise I won't graduate. So do I not talk about Black Lives Matter? But then I'm putting a video online right now that doesn't talk about Black Lives Matter, and that also is gross. So what do I do? And I have spent weeks trying to figure out what to do. Maybe fancy future editing will put some clips of me, of all of the notes that I've taken and all of the stresses that I have documented while I've been trying to figure out this. And how long this has been on my to-do list. But I promise I've been trying. And what I ended up with was this absurd intervention about interventions, where I also get to talk about the things that I care about right now. So the things that I care about right now, without much further ado, are... I'm waiting for my brain to kick in. Maybe I'll just cut here. Yeah, I'll just cut here.
My camera did die, which, to be honest, I'm not that surprised about. So, here's what I have to say. In the face of calamity, the only thing that you can definitely try, and you even if it does, no, I don't have anything to say. I just be kind. Just in the grand scheme of things, I was stressed. This is just me pouting. Okay, fine. Let me tell my Corona story. I don't want to tell my Corona story. Here's the thing. I've been through a lot in my life. And I still wouldn't change it. My dad died when I was 6. My brother went to prison for 8 years. Within the span of a year, those two things happened, plus my mom remarried to a wonderful man I call my dad. And we moved to Geneva, Switzerland. After a year, we went to Lagos, Nigeria for 2.5 years. We moved back to Geneva, Switzerland for 7.5 years, and I've been in Utrecht, the Netherlands since then, since 2017. I am at the end of my 3 years at UCU in Utrecht. Corona came at a very difficult time for me. Nobody really prepared for a global pandemic. My breakdowns are never convenient on anyone else's schedule, so why in the hell should the world's be? If you're lonely and you're blaming it on your phone, maybe be present when you're actually around other humans. That's all I'm saying. That's a bit salty. I'm a bit salty right now. I'll finish with this. The other day, I sat outside the auditorium. I feel a little bit like all of us third years are striking a match and then tossing it over our shoulder in slow motion into a gasoline-filled building behind us and walking out into the wider world, because nothing will ever be the same after we leave. I'm sitting outside the auditorium. It's late. I am very tired. I am very sad. I'm a little bit high. It's the Netherlands. That's okay. And I'm listening to a voice message I left myself in my first semester almost 3 years ago about how happy I was, and then one at the end of my first year about how sad I was to go, but how it would always be in my heart. I was sad. I was so sad, and I sat there and I started crying, and I really felt that, and I was like, okay, now is the time. Look at it. Look at the sad. Be in the sad. Be sad. Why am I smiling? Am I smiling right now? Am I smiling right now? What the actual fuck? I was sad 2 seconds ago. I looked at it, and it was happy. I thought I was sad, and I was. I'm sad because I've been so happy here. It's inexplicable. It's truly fascinating. And if you've had similar experiences, please do tell me in the comments. Do you feel intervened upon? Have I made a difference in your life? Do you feel changed by this artistic experience? I don't know. Do I? Maybe. I've said some things that have been floating around my mind for the past few months. Will this be the end of the video? Alrighty. Love you, bye.